So yeah, I forgot to mention the hashtag Oscars so white with the Academy Awards, I guess last year or whenever. Like I just that just feels like it fits into this category as well of these stupid gimmicks. Oscars so white. That doesn't. It sounds. It sounds like the way a stereotypical black person would say it. You know what though? Them Oscars they so white. Oscars so white, that doesn't make any sense. It should be the Oscars are racist, but they don't say that because it's not true. It's just very clear that it's not true. I think African Americans are like 10% or so of the population in America. I'm pretty sure someone looked up, like at least in terms of either nominations or wins for Academy Awards, they're overrepresented. Okay, I'm pretty sure like it was more than 10% that they've been nominated or won. Um, I don't know if that was all time. And I'm not saying there hasn't been any discrimination in the past or like against women, but I was just thinking, like in other foreign countries, if women are downtrodden, like especially in some of the Arabic places where it's terrible, that's a human rights issue. That's not a women's issue. Like we need to have an international women's day. Like how about just an international human rights day or like which should be every single day. Like I keep saying, it shouldn't have this stupid day just for this thing. We should always care about these things. And yeah, because Jada Pinkett Smith, however you say her name, gets upset because her husband wasn't nominated or whatever. Which it's so racist of her. What's wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio? Because he's white, you're not happy if he was black? And who was the host of the Oscars that year? Chris Rock, who I think, ironically, is not a very good actor, in my opinion. I don't think he's that funny either. Nothing personal against him. I think he's okay. Sometimes I find him funny, but like, how can you complain about the Oscars being so white? The host is a black guy. The population, like I said, is only 10% of America. I just, again, that seems like a quintessential example of something that's overly righteous, that has nothing to do with actual discrimination, you know, and no one's got the guts, like, maybe one or two people have the guts to talk back to Jada Pinkett Smith, but I don't know, just she's so entitled to say that and just like make that statement because 20 of the nominees were white. Like, which first off, she's noticing that. She's like looking and seeing no black people. Whereas I look and I just see 20 actors that potentially were very deserving of getting the nominations. Like, what's the problem? Tell the black people to act more, or to act better. What's the problem? Was there an explicit who needed to get nominated? She should have been specific. It's just such a selfish thing. Is she going to complain in the year when there's six black people get nominated when they're overrepresented and the Oscars are so black? What about American football? American football or basketball teams that are dominated by black people. Why is it not okay to have a sport dominated by I feel like I've said this before, but it's just annoying. I just think it's not an issue. She's making something there, and for some reason we respect it. She's a black woman, she has a right to a voice, and she started this hashtag, and it's so brave and noble. It's not. It's stupid, and it's entitled, and it's arbitrary. Like, should we just give an award? Nominate one of each nationality every year, or can we just nominate the best actors? I don't get it. Who knows how if the black actors aren't as good? I actually find that's a pattern for me. I feel bad, but a lot of the time I'll notice I don't like a performance, and I'll notice it was a black person. I started to notice it was a pattern that I often felt. We have the saying, "White man can't jump." Why not? Black people can't act. Is that racist? We can't have notice a pattern. I swear I've recorded this before. I can't remember. But yeah, I also wanted to point out, what if the women, for the directing, I looked it up, for that year, they were all men. Who cares? Like, why not have a, Oscars so male hashtag, or Oscars so, I was trying to look, I think there was at least one Australian nominated for acting, but pick another category and say, oh, there were no Mexicans nominated in this category, so it's so, that's the thing. People like Jada Pinkett Smith, for whatever reason, unfortunately, see the world in black and white. She sees things as you're this race or you're this race, and it's racist. And that's, to me, that's hilarious. I don't get it. She doesn't seem to understand. Statistically, it's going to change. If there's only 10% African Americans, on average, 2 out of the 20 should be African American, right? That's if they act as often, or if they're as good at acting, which is perfectly possible that it's not. Like I said, basketball teams, why are they dominated by black people? You know, that's not racism. They're just the best, all right? Or the tallest, or they can jump. You know, it's totally okay. Like, if I try to do some cool hip-hop moves, people say, oh, it's a white person trying to act cool. Like, that's okay, apparently. If I rap, people say, oh, you're pretty good for a white person, which really pisses me off. I never liked being called skinny. I don't like being called white. Not because it's bad, because it's just messed up. It's weird. I'm not white. I'm just a person. So anyway, I didn't think this would go that long, but this thing really annoyed me. Hashtag Oscars so white. I think it's completely stupid, complete waste of time, and just all the other qualities I said. It just distracts from other real problems in the world. It's an agenda that Jada Pinkett Smith has, and I just think she was ignorant. I don't think there's anything actually there. And then the Oscars feel pressured because it's all these rich white people, which is such a stereotype that I don't know how true it is, that they have to change their people. And, you know, why don't they just make it automatic, you know, that there's always going to be black people getting nominated. You know, it's going to become a token thing now because they're pressured because of that. I'm glad Chris Rock, I think, addressed the issue a bit and made fun of it. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Okay, bye.